your bid was $189,000. Okay. And did you bid that, or well, let's go back in time. Do you remember how, you know,
Yeah, Thomas told us we wanted the project.
okay. And did you submit another bid for the project?
No.
Okay.
Sustained,
A lack of foundation.
Foundation.
sustained,
A lack of foundation. But you've seen this document before, correct?
Objection, misstates test, leading and also lack of foundation.
sustained,
A lack of foundation. But you've seen this document before, correct?
Objection, misstates testimony.
Does not.
folks, I'll just remind you about speaking objections. The objection was it misstates testimony. That's overruled. Counsel, you could
Did you charge additional amounts for performing that work?
No, we should have been compensated them for this.
And why did you not receive compensation for that?
Because Thomas told us that we would have to accept the. To do a bunch of new guys to do this whole like new abatement work, so it was like it was just a lot of additional work that we had to do, and it was totally new in the district as well. So yeah, I think that's why it was even more work.
When you said the
Elementary, like around that was Haynes Elementary.
actually perform the contract, come back and actually contacted by the district to come back and contacted by the district to.
That's my question.
Thank you. Counsel for the district.
Mr. Lopez, I just have a question or two for you. You mentioned that when you were contacted by the district to come back and actually perform the contract for the bid that you had previously submitted, that and actually perform the contract for the bid that you had previously contacted by the when you were contacted by the district to come back and actually perform the contract for the bid that you had previously submitted, that you were offered to perform the contract at that bid price, correct?
Yes, correct.
And you mentioned that you had no other option than to go with that original bid amount, correct?
Yeah. We asked Thomas Keith if we can give a change order, like for this additional work, and he said no, that we would have to take it on at our original bid. Yeah.
And when you say you had no other option, you certainly had the option to not take the project at all, correct?
Yeah, but we needed work. We were still new to in painting, so we needed to take on work, to keep our business going.
I have no further questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Sir, we appreciate your testimony.
Painted, coating, mold remediation.
And how long is, well, let me just ask you, in terms of licenses, what does Integrity hold any licenses?
Licenses, no. Certifications,
Does Integrity hold any licenses?
licenses, no. Certifications, yes.
And what certifications does Integrity hold?
We have the Certified Asbestos Consultant by Cal OSHA. CDPH, which is the California Department of Public Health. We have lead inspector assessors. Lead project monitor, which is myself. I also have an American Board of Industrial Hygiene certified industrial hygienist certificate too as well.
Okay. And, North Unified School District?
Yeah, quite a bit. 80 to 90%.
Okay. Okay, so, let me see if I can understand what you said. It sounded like you said, and if I'm wrong, tell me. It sounded like you said that you worked for them like about 20 years ago, and then started back up again 10 to 15 years ago, is that correct?
No. So probably total, like where we've actually worked with them,
Yeah.
I'd say probably about 20 years. But it was on 2 different occasions.
Right, and that's what I maybe, so, was I correct about the first occasion being about 20 years ago, and then?
No. The first occasion, maybe like early 2000s to maybe 2005, 2006.
Okay.
And
the first occasion being about 20 years ago, and then?
No. The first occasion, maybe like early 2000s to maybe 2005, 2006.
Okay.
And then we weren't working with them, and then I think around 10 years ago is when we started the second.
Okay.
The second cycle.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, and, so let's talk about it. I think I wanna start with the quote, second occasion. Was there a particular scope of work that initiated the quote, second occasion?
It was just LAUSD needed some help with their environmental side. So,
And what is the basis for your saying that LAUSD needs some help with their environmental?
because they sent out what's called like a request for, what was it, qualifications.
Okay. And is that correct that it's approximately, and you said about 10 years ago, so
Yeah.
somewhere around? Okay. And help with their environmental?
Because they sent out what's called like a request for, what was it, qualifications.
Okay. And is that correct with their environmental?
Because they sent out what's called like a request for, what was it, qualifications.
Okay. And is that correct that it's approximately, and you said about 10 years ago, so
Yeah,
somewhere around,
yes.
somewhere around 15, 16 or something?
No, so we got, this is our second contract, part of the second part of our
Harding Elementary School?
yes,
Okay. This school,
that is
in the
correct.
Harding Elementary School?
Yes.
And was there, when you say the report, is that a report specific to this school,
That is
in the
correct.
Harding Elementary School?
Yes,
Okay. And can you tell me what,
yes.
okay, and can you tell me what you were instructed to do and create in terms of a report for Harding Elementary School?
Yes, so the report, identifies all the asbestos containing material that was part of that scope of work.
Okay.
It also identifies that the contractor has to abide by certain, LAUSD, rules, that's associated with asbestos and lead as well. It was Willenberg, Manhattan Elementary School. We did Dorsey High School. LAUSD believes that all coated and painted surfaces LAUSD believes that all coated and painted surfaces are lead-based paint. And that is what it identified.
And did you identify those areas?
Yes,
Do you,
but I could assume that it was probably the exterior walls.
which has been, stipulated as admitted into evidence, and we would request that it, yeah, we're stipulated to be admitted into evidence, and we would request that it be published.
Thank you. Hearing no objection, by stipulation, the court admits exhibit.
Yes, I'm asking to be admitted.
All right.
It's stipulated as admitted.
You're asking that it be admitted?
Yes, I'm asking to be admitted.
All right. Hearing no objection, exhibit 10 is admitted, being published to the jury.
Mr. Udari, this is a document that awards the Harding Elementary School exterior project to Colorado. The date of this document is June 28th, 2019.
Okay,
The date of the document we just looked at is September 9th, 2019.
okay.
Is it your testimony that the requirements in Exhibit 25, they
Regarding lead as well too, painted or coated surfaces.
and in the Harding project that is that issue here today?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And is it your understanding that that did or did not include asbestos abatement?
That is correct, yes.
Can you tell me what section that requires asbestos work?
If you go to page 3
Page 3 of what?
of exhibit 24. So, yes, exactly, the one that's on the screen right now. So you'll see, item A, administration building. And then this tells you about stabilizing the deteriorated, the loose and flaking paint. Number 2, water pressure wash, hydro wash. Number 3, ACM, which is asbestos containing material, and assumed ACM are present. So as you can see, the stucco walls, The vapor barrier, which is a piece of paper that's behind the stucco walls that prevent that's behind the stucco walls that prevent water from entering the building, and also cement transom, which are those boards underneath some. The vapor barrier, which is a piece of paper that's behind the stucco walls that prevent water from entering the building, and also cement transom, which are those boards underneath some of the windows. Those are all ACM.
Mr. Rodari, you may have misheard my question. My question was the asbestos abatement part of the original contract work at Harding?
Yes, if
The contract was awarded far before at Harding.
yes, if
The contract was awarded far before this date.
I can tell you that when the report is generated and this document.
At Harding.
Yes, if
The contract was awarded far before this date.
I can tell you that when the report is generated and this document is also generated, that I can tell you that when the report is generated and this document is also generated, that when they are repainting the building, if there's any damage to the building, then we have information here that needs to be repaired. So yes, there would be asbestos work, as it says.
Let's
Damage to the building, then we have information here that needs to be repaired. So yes, there would be asbestos work, as it says.
let's go to Exhibit 10, please.
Sure.
It's stipulated as its integrity opinion didn't color new. All right, so question. So the question is, let's go back to the question. So the question was, in your opinion, its integrity opinion didn't color news actual work at the site violate these provisions? Answer: yes. Question was the basis for that opinion. Question was, in your opinion, its integrity opinion didn't color news actual work at the site violate these provisions? Answer: yes. Question was the basis for that. Question was, in your opinion, its integrity opinion didn't color news actual work at the site violate these provisions? Answer: yes. Question was the basis for that opinion through our observations. Question: okay, you mean you identified before its integrity opinion didn't color news actual work its integrity opinion didn't color news actual work at the site violate these provisions? Answer: yes. Question, what is the basis for that opinion? Through our observations. Question, okay, you mean you identified before that you didn't actually see color nude do anything at the site, correct? Correct.
Hold on a second, sorry.
I should do a question answer, I'm sorry.
Do Q&A, please, and just to the witness, he's just reading into the record your prior deposition testimony, so don't answer any of the questions he's asking you. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay,
So,
so,
I'm sorry, you stopped?
yeah, I think I stopped at correct. On,
So just start at line 19, counsel.
line 19 on page 96, correct, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, answer through our observations. Q, okay, you mean you identified before that you didn't actually see color nude when it hit the site, correct?
Can you
On page 96, correct, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, answer through our observations. Q, okay, you mean you identified line 12 question. Well, so the question is, let's go back to the question. So the question was, in your opinion, Integrity's opinion, the color question was, in your opinion, Integrity's opinion, did Color News' actual work at the site violate these provisions? Answer, yes. Question, yes, what is the basis for that opinion? Answer, through our observations. Question, okay, you mean you identified before that you didn't actually see Color News do anything at the site, correct? Answer, correct. Question, okay, for example, let's go through 3.04 paren A in paren, comma, section 1, talks about checked, cracked, blistered, scalloped, loose, and alligator paint on wood shall be wet scraped and wet sanded to a smooth, solid surface. Correct? Answer, correct. Do you think Color New, question, do you think Color New violated that? Answer, yes. Question, okay, why? Answer, because of my lead evaluation. Question, so something about your lead evaluation told you that they did not wet scrape or wet sand to a solid smooth surface. Answer, and also HEPA, H-E-P-A, vacuum as well, yes. Question, I stopped before I got to the HEPA vacuum, that they violated the first part, the part before HEPA, or do you know? Answer, based on my lead evaluation, I would say they did. Question, okay, what about your lead evaluation tells you they did? Answer, by seeing paint chips on the ground. Question, what is your lead evaluation comprised of? Answer, observations and environmental sample. Question, okay, the observations are you saw dust and paint chips on the ground of the vicinity of where chips on the ground of the vicinity of where you believe Color Noon performed work. Answer, yes, sir. Question, in the sampling were some dust samples that you obtained as dust samples in the vicinity of where Color New, or you believe Color New performed their work, and you had that analyzed by a laboratory? Answer, yes, sir. A question, and that results came back for the presence of lead. Is that correct? Answer, yes. Question, and based on those two factors or inputs, you determined that Color New did not wet scrape or wet stamp as required by the specifications. Answer, yes, sir. Question, okay, your determination of the chips and the dust from Color New is that it was that the chips and dust in the vicinity of areas where Color New performed work, correct? Answer, yes, sir. Do you know if it was there before Color New started work or after Color New did its work? Answer, before. No. If it was there before Color New started work or after Color New did its work? Answer, before. No. After. That is my conclusion. That's my conclusion. Question, do you know if the paint chips or dust before Color New started their work? Answer, I can't make that determination. I don't know. Question, okay, so the paint chips and dust that you observed were either there before Color New started its work or after Color New started its work? Answer, correct.
Okay, counsel, I would tell you next question, but it's for 11.
Yes, I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay, so we'll pause there. Here's what happens next. I will let the members of the jury go. Just one moment, ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, we thank you for your time and your attention today. I will reiterate that we appreciate your service and the parties sure do appreciate it. You are ordered back tomorrow for day 3. I'm ordering that you be back and in the lobby ready to be brought in by 9:45 a.m. I'd like to get us started promptly so we can continue to move through the evidence efficiently. Please, as usual, the about it, see if something works, and I'll say this too, right? I've given you all timeframes, you're free to use it. I'll just observe, we are moving through some of this evidence kind of slowly in part, and this is, if something works, and I'll say this too, right? I've given you all timeframes, you're free to use it. I'll just observe, we are moving through some of this evidence kind of slowly in part, and this is, I don't mean this disrespectfully, counsel for plaintiff. You're spending some time trying to find and line up your documents. That's up to you how you use the time, but I'm sure we can find some efficiencies. If you want to talk about the ordered witnesses and whatever counsel's asking for, please talk about it, we can discuss. About it, we can discuss in the morning if something requires my order, but for now, I'll just order you to please meet and confer about that and see if we can reach some agreement. I'm of course amenable to anything you all can agree on that makes my order, but for now, I'll just order you to please meet and confer about that and see if we can reach some agreement. I'm of course amenable to anything you all can agree on that makes things go a little bit more efficiently.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you. And we do plan to have the district's first witness.
We can reach some agreement. I'm of course amenable to anything you all can agree on that makes things go a little bit more efficiently.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you. And we do plan to have the district's first witness appear tomorrow, Thomas Keefe. And so a question to schedule for tomorrow would be, do you have an estimate on how much longer you have with Mr. Vidari?
Guess half an hour.
Then we'd like to have, well then, just for efficiency's sake, we could start with Arash Vidari on our own examination instead of calling him back another day.
So let's do this. You all talk about that, and as long as you have notice about who is being,
Just for efficiency's sake, we could start with Arash Vidari on our own examination instead of calling him back another day.
so let's do this. You all talk about that, and as long as you have notice about who is being called, and you have otherwise made arrangements to have them show up, I'm likely to be fine with anything you've agreed to that allows for efficiency, but I'm gonna order you to talk about it. You all can have this conversation. We're ending.
We've mentioned we're calling one witness now, George Versolia,
Yes.
remotely. We just want to have Versolia
Yes.
remotely. We just want to have a few minutes to try to see how it works on the screen. Is that possible to do this afternoon or tomorrow morning, Your Honor?
So I think if morning calendar on the faster end, I cannot predict how long lawyers are gonna wanna talk about their motions.
Okay.
Although I am trying to cut them off, so, if you wanna come early, you can mess with it too, just, ask my staff, but between now and 4:30, you can try.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, counsel?
No, thank you.
If you wanna come early, you can mess with it too, just, ask my staff, but between now and 4:30, you can try.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, counsel?
No, thank you.
Alright, see you all tomorrow morning, I'm ordering you back at 9:30.
kind of an executive sitting behind a desk at your office, or what do you do?
No, I do all the bids, and then I do the field work. I do a lot of spraying, manage the project, and I do as much as I can on the field as well.
Okay, so what you're saying is if I'm understanding you right, you actually, do you go out? Does this set forth what your, and does this set forth what your intent was to how to deal with lead-based paint?
Yes.
Project.
We did the Superior Elementary School.
I didn't catch that.
Superior Elementary School.
Thank you.
Okay, and so day one, you did, let's talk about the there before color name started work or after color name did its work? Answer: before, no, after. That is my conclusion. That's my conclusion. Question: do you know if the paint chips or dust before color name started their work? Answer: I can't make that determination. I don't know. Question: